What's going on, Hammer Gang? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United. I'm going to try and get through this really quickly. Obviously, this is the player ratings for our fantastic 3-2 victory against Wolves. I'm going to go through the ratings and give my take, and hopefully we can keep this video under 10 minutes. Jesse Lingard's form continues to help the Hammers into fourth. Lucas Fabianski, no chance with the Wolves goals and an otherwise solid performance from one of the league's most dependable goalkeepers. 7. Yep, I would agree with a 7. Didn't do anything wrong at all night. So yep, 7. Well done. Vladimir Sufa, considering he was against the pace of Adama Traore, he did well to keep up with the winger. Hard in the tackle and brave in the air, as demonstrated in the build-up to the opening goal. He also got a 7. I've just seen Diop's rating, which... Yeah, so Sufa, as again, he's very dependable. Rarely puts a foot wrong, and he's consistent, man. And he's playing like game after game. He's played the last 2 games for the Czech Republic. He didn't play the first game. So yeah, he must be tired, but he's still putting in those good performances. Issa Diop switched off on a couple of occasions and was punished by Fabio Silva for the second Wolves goal. Needs constant communication for his position and loses concentration from time to time. He got a 5. You know what, actually, they might be right this time. They might actually be right. Yeah. I think that goal, the second goal, was his fault, but we could have stopped the ball way before it getting, like, we let them sort of put that through ball over the top, and one ball sort of just killed us, which is crazy. So you know what? A 5 is probably justified, actually. We'll move on to Craig Dawson. Early yellow card led to some worrying moments. Not his best game. Misses Angelo Gbona next to him. He got a 6. Yeah, he probably... Because 6 is not a bad rating, and we've let in 2 goals. And we was under the cosh a bit. So, yeah, probably 6 is sort of about right for him. And just speaking about Ogbonna, like, yeah, I will try and get through this and then just go through the game and obviously where we stand at the minute. Aaron Creswell, another player who misses the presence of Ogbonna, at times caught between left back and left centre back. Wonderful crossing ability. Shane Bowen nodded wide. He got a 6. Yeah, I think once again is we've let in 2 goals and they had a lot of the ball. So a 6 is probably about right for our defenders. And even then, look, Sufal still managed to get a 7. So yeah, can't argue with 6 for Creswell. Alpha Masuaku, my guy. An impressive and energetic hour for the wingback, but understandably tired following a 4-month absence. Got forward well, but a little lax in defence at times. He got a 7. Yeah, you know what? I was so glad to see him back in the starting team, especially as Rice is obviously unavailable. I know they're in completely different positions, but it was like, at least we've had, for me, an influential player come in. Now, I said it before we even played him sort of as a wide player, and he's very effective for us there, and he's so calm on the ball and very tricky, and he got an assist for the second goal, and yeah, it's good to have him back. Really good to have him back. And yeah, I think you could see he sort of was getting tired naturally, especially against, we didn't have a lot of the ball in the second half. So he done well. On his comeback game, he done really well and was key. You know, like obviously the second goal, we needed all 3 goals and he was crucial to the second goal. So I'm just glad to see Masuaku back, considering those that are missing. But yeah, man, he got a 7 and well done. Mark Noble, wow. A solid showing from the skipper. Tidy on the ball and organised his team well on the pitch. Played an important role in talking to his teammates and kept things calm and keeping things calm. He got an 8. Mark Noble got an 8. He done some good things. But he also does some things where he gives the ball away unnecessarily. And an 8. You know what? Good for him. I don't think it was an 8 performance. I really don't, because I think that in the midfield, we really missed Rice. We was giving them too much time on the ball, and we was letting them face up and get at us, rather than Rice will push the team back towards their own goal. We weren't doing it yesterday at all, especially in midfield. He got an 8. That's crazy. Good for him. Thomas Supercheck. A deeper role than usual, so was less effective getting forward, but his legs helped Noble out. He did have the ball in the back of the net in the second half, but correctly disallowed for a handball. He got a 7. Yep. As with the other Czech, like, they're very, you know what you're going to get from them. You really do. You know that they're going to be 7 out of 10 or above 9 times out of 10. Yeah, he's probably, and the thing is, he's striked up a relationship with Rice. That is his midfield partner, and they've played literally every minute of every game this season. So it must have been different for him not having Rice there, because all he knows in the Premier League is him and Declan Rice. But yeah, like, he's gonna have a different role to play, and I'm hoping that he sort of can step up to that role. And I mean, I rate him highly. But like I said, those two as a partnership for me is the best in the Premier League as a midfield partnership. So now he's gonna have to adapt his game, and he's gonna have to play alongside people that are not as good as Rice. And I don't think Souček's English is the best, so it's not like he can sort of command people, do this, do that, because I don't think he's got the best English. So it's gonna be hard for him to get the best out of others around him. But, you know, he's Souček, so he can make it happen. Pablo Fornals came off after 77 minutes. An excellent return to the team. A dangerous but superb flick on the edge of his own box started the move for Lingard's opener. And an all-round top showing from the Spaniard. He got an 8. They haven't even mentioned his goal. Fornals is key to us as well. And his goal was exquisitely taken. Like, what a finish. And I can't remember the last time he scored for us. So I was happy to see him getting on the score sheet. Happy to see him in that sort of number 10 position. And yeah, it's like I said, having certain players out, we need to make sure that players like Fornals and Masuaku and that are back into team to sort of compensate for what we're missing. But I'm happy for him that he scored a goal, man. And yeah, he got an 8. And I won't argue if he's 8, definitely not. Jesse Lingard, brilliant. Another superb performance from Lingard. A first half goal out of the top draw, and the creative heart of this team. Had less impact in the second half as Wolves saw more of the ball. A simply fantastic footballer. 9. Definitely can't argue with that. Yeah, it's strange because we didn't really, once again, just like Arsenal, we didn't really do much in the second half at all. Like, nothing. So we've done all our work in the first 35, 40 minutes, and that's where he's got his rating again, because like I said, we didn't really do much, nothing too positive in the second half. But Lingard, I picked him as my player to watch. He's been fantastic, and the goal was the play that on the edge of our box, nice passing. One of our players done a back flick. Then obviously he's sort of composure on the ball, but his energy at the same time, and then he's used Antonio's clever run to exploit that space and then finish with his left foot. Like, what a goal. Like, seriously, this guy is amazing. And you think his last goal, the goal before that was the goal against Arsenal, which was a screamer. So Jesse Lingard has been fantastic for West Ham, and I'm hoping that we can make it a permanent deal, and I don't see why not, because it's like, it's a match made in heaven basically. So yeah, he deserves that. I've seen Antonio's rating, but Mikel Antonio came off after 36 minutes. Antonio looked in terrific form, hit the post, bullied the defence, and his off-the-ball runs were superb. David Moyes will be hoping this injury is not a serious one. He got an 8. Mikel Antonio yesterday was on fire, and I've mentioned in I don't know what video it was, a long time ago, that I don't think he's only ever scored 1 goal outside of the box, and yesterday he hit a proper shot that the keeper saves onto the post from outside the box after running with the ball. Yesterday he looked like a completely different player. He looked like a world beater. He really did. And him going off is just like, how many injuries, like one after the other. But obviously Bowen came on and literally scored straight away. So that was kind of like a blessing in disguise, but long term, we don't know how serious it is. But Antonio, in that form, is an England squad player. In that form there, he's an England squad player. Like, he was dynamite, and it was a shame, man, because I think obviously players know when they're playing well, and players know when they're not playing so well. And he hasn't been great for us recently, and I mean that respectfully, but yesterday he looked phenomenal. And I think if he would have stayed on, all right, we might not have made it 3-0, but I think we would have had a lot more of a threat in the second half. I just think it would have been a different game if he would have played the whole game, and we would have had more sort of the ball in the final third, where he's sort of putting them under a lot of pressure. But it is what it is. But yeah, he definitely deserves an 8, even though it was only 36 minutes, but he was that good. substitute. Jared Bowen came on 36 minutes. A great goal, but a bad miss as well. Will be very important. Will be a very important player if Antonio's injury keeps him out. He got a 7. Right now, yes, he should have scored from Cresswell's delivery. He took his goal really well, but he was frustrating me yesterday, man. It's like he was allowing them to get out of sort of tight situations in their final third. He was letting them get out. He almost looked like he was sulking. Like, to me, he weren't really trying his best. I don't think so. I was looking at him, I'm thinking his whole body language and that, he weren't giving us 100%, I don't think. He got the goal, and that should have given him momentum, you know, like the boost that I don't know, he just looked like he was sulking to me. And like, yeah, the whole body language and the effort wasn't there. And he can definitely do better, and he needs to do better because we are running a bit thin in regards to what we have available. So yeah, he definitely needs to do more, I think. Ben Johnson came on 66 minutes. Conceded within minutes of his arrival and could have been deeper to help Diop, but more the Frenchman's mistake than Johnson's. Kept shape well and pace important to stop counterattacks. He got a 6. Yeah, he came on, and obviously we needed someone like that to come on the pitch. He done okay, he got a 6. I wouldn't say he was at fault at all. And he is calm on the ball. Like he could kind of, yeah, he can calm it down a bit, and he plays nice little passes. He sees the passes rather than sort of just kick it and give it straight back to them. He will pick a pass and try and maintain possession. So yeah, he got a 6, and yeah, it's probably about right. The last one was Said Benrahma. Came on 77 minutes. Saw a little of the ball, but did his part tracking back. He got a 6. Now, saw a little of the ball, but did his part tracking back. That should not be associated with Said Benrahma. When you bring on someone like that, he should be on in a position where his instructions are, listen, we ain't had the ball this half, we're under the cosh, go and do your thing in maybe in a false 9 position and try and get us a goal. If you've got one man to beat him. When you put him out wide, and that's not the type of player you bring on to track back and all that, like to see out a game. You might as well bring on Ryan Fredericks. You've got to bring on Benrahma with the intention of getting a goal, and that clearly wasn't the case. Like, you might as well put him in a central role and give him the least amount of defensive responsibility as possible, and then we'll see the best of him. At the minute, we're not, and it's a shame because, like I said, he's the type of player that if he's only got one centre-back to beat, he's going to beat him. He's got the skill to do that. So let's get him in front of the goal, and let's give him a little bit less defensive responsibility. So yeah, that's that. So, like I said, is once again, we went 3-0 up in the first half. Once again, we conceded just before half time. But at least this time round, we saw it out and we got all 3 points. I think that without Rice in the team, you can't substitute Rice for Noble. You can't substitute Declan Rice for nobody. So I think that I would go to a plan B. I would say, you know what? Let's take it. All right, he's not in the team. Rather than let's just put Noble in as a substitute. That doesn't work for me. I would say let's change up the shape a bit and let's just go a bit more attacking. Let's get more attacking players in the team. There's 8 games to go. Let's just go for it. Don't try and set up to, I don't know, like, yeah, I wouldn't stick with Rice and Superchek. I would, it's a difficult one, I know, because we just don't have the strength. Like, we've said this already, and I said this would be our undoing, is that without Rice and Superchek, there's no one at their level that can step in. Antonio's not a striker, but he's our striker, and now he's injured as well. So key players for our team is Rice, Ogbonna, Antonio. That's the spine of our team. They're all injured. It gives other players a chance to step up, but they need to step up. We've proven that attacking wise, we can score goals. And I think that attack will be our best form of defence going forward. With 8 games to go, no more performances like Man United and Liverpool where we're kind of showing too much respect and being too passive. Let's just go for it, man. Let's just go for it. Seriously, like, we've proven, listen, 3 goals in the first half against Arsenal, 3 goals in the first half against Wolves. Now, I know it's not easy to maintain that, but imagine we just got a goal extra in both of those games. That's 4 goals a game. So, yeah, we just got to go for it, man. It's 8 games to go, and you never know. I'm going to say, you know what? my head is saying like, you know, the heart is saying we can do this, but my head is saying realistically we can't, only because of the squad depth. If we had everyone available and we was in this position now, 8 games to go, I would say I would be edging towards we're going to get top 4. I would be edging towards that because of I rate and trust in the players like Rice, Ogbonna, Antonio when he's playing like that. We're a problem for anyone. And momentum would be with us. We don't have those players. And Wolves on another day could have scored more goals. I'm not going to say we was lucky, but I'm saying like it could have been a different game. So it's been a fantastic season. And it deserves European football at the end of this, whether it's Europa League. And I was speaking to someone today and I was saying, look, all the big teams like Chelsea, they don't want Europa League. They want Champions League or kind of nothing. We can't turn our nose up at European football because it's been way too long. So if we were to get Europa League football, I know it's Thursdays and Sundays or Mondays or whatever, but that's what we all want. We want to be playing against these European teams. So I'm hoping that, like I said, we just go for it. Like we don't like get to the last 8 games and then just sort of just. And you know what? Arsenal, we could have easily lost that game. We didn't. And then Wolves, we could have easily drawn and lost that game the way it went, and we didn't. So they're picking up points, and we are showing a bit of steel and determination that has been missing from West Ham for many, many years. So I think it's Leicester next game, which is going to be a tough game. But like I said, if we go at teams with the mindset of let's just get at them, we're a problem for anybody. So I keep saying like Leicester's, you know, like we've got tough games, but we, for these teams, we're also a tough game. So keep going, man. Like like it was nervy watching yesterday, but you know, they're the ones that once the whistle goes, they're the ones that they're more satisfying. So yeah, keep it up, boys. Like, and who knows where we finish. But yeah, any dreams, any goals, any aspirations in life, stay focused, stay on track. Don't let no one deter you. Don't let no one sway your thoughts. And by that, I mean, don't let no one burst your bubble. I think it's Leicester next game, but whoever it is, bring them on. Come on, your